Hey guys, D-Searcher here, and today I'll be doing a deck profile on my Altergeist Dogmatika deck. Now this is a deck I went 4-0, but I lost in the finals due to me not drawing my side cards. But, oh well, that's pretty much any deck. You don't draw your side cards or you don't have the outs for it. That kinda sucks. Anyway, round 1 I versed a Blackwing darkish deck. I don't even know what it was, but it was a dark-based deck. To make Raid Raptor Link Monster and it did some other stuff with Blackwing cards. Anyway, that's what I versed. I went 2-0, actually no, I 2-0'd him. Round 2 I versed Rytron. I went 2-1 with that because, well, Vanity's ruler plus some other negations equals pretty hard to come back from in this deck. I didn't draw my side cards. Well, I didn't draw the proper side cards against it, so I only won by 2-1 then. Round 3, I versed... What I versed? I versed a Prankkids deck. It was a pure Prankkids. He won he won the first game. I won the other 2 games because I drew a specific card, which I'll explain in the side deck, which I'll go into. Yeah, but it depends on your side deck, but this card helped me throughout the side deck, and it helped me win a couple games, like a few weeks. And yeah, I'll explain what it is later on. So I 2-1 him. And also round 4 I versed Burning Abyss. It was a 2-1 win. Basically, I only lost the one time because the Burning Abyss deck out-resourced me and I drew kind of a bad hand. The only reason why you would lose against any other deck is due to the fact that if you draw a lot of Altergeist monsters and no other ways to set up your traps, you kind of lose in this deck, which is very bad. The finals, or the playoffs, which was round 5, I versed Dogmatika. It was like a Dogmatika Eldritch. Or was it invoked? No, it was a... I don't know, it was a bit weird. It was a combination of everything. And yeah, I lost in the finals for that because I didn't draw my side cards, which was very, very sad. Anyway, that's all the recaps for what happened in the last tournament. The one before that, the last week when I was playtesting with this version, I went, what did I go? I went 3-1 with this, so it performed pretty well because I was a bit rusty with playing this again because I haven't played this deck in like ages. I've been playing like Eldritch and all the other ones, control-based decks, just to see how well it does. Eldritch Invoked, Eldritch Dogmatika, and Eldritch Zodiac. I've been playing all those ones, and to be fair, I prefer playing Altergeist game because I miss the deck. It's a very fun deck to play. If you don't know how to play against it, it's pretty bad, but if you do know how to play against it, I mean, any Altergeist player would pretty much know how to get around their own cards. So, yeah, anyway, go into the deck profile before I keep talking about my experiences with play this deck over and over again, because I missed playing this deck. Anyway, alright, so the monster lineup, we've got Melusik, free Melusik. This is your main monster to either search for your missing Altergeist monsters, or to eliminate stuff that is hard to deal with, that is non-destroying, basically. It removes off the field basically by targeting it and sending it to the graveyard. And also, if you can use this properly when it's activating in the damage step, when it searches, when it gets destroyed by battle, yeah, it's another way of doing it. Anyway, free Marionetta, your main Altergeist trap setupper, in a way, and also your Monster Reborn for Altergeist monsters. Free Multi-Faker, your MVP, and your way to set up your Silquetus and all your other Melusik and anything that you need to set up for the field later on, which is great. Also, I'm running 2 Silquetus. Now, some people run 1, some people run 3 because they're running the Zeiss version. I run 2 because 1, you can break with this card, yes, but 2 is like, if you're not running the Zeiss, there's no point running one of this. Because in case it gets banished, you have backup copy, so that's the only downside. I mean, that's the only upside of having a second copy. And also, lastly, I run 1 Konkuri. Super rare, by the way, not a common. Konkuri is your main looper of the non-attacking and non-destroying. It pretty much negates the effects of either card when it leaves the field or something like that. Anyway, for the Dogmatika package, I run 2 Ecclesia and 1 Fleur de Lis. Is another way to get around the Dragoon engine. and also it's a Dragoon card, and also it depends on how you deal with it. It depends on when you draw it. This deck does have some altitude Dragoons, but it depends on if you draw it or not, which is very, very sad. And because you have no way to out Dragoons. Dragoon, yeah. And also Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. And also I'm running for the last hand traps, well, for the monster hand traps, 3 Ash Blossom and Joy Spring. There, Ash Blossom and Joy Spring. Spells, I'm running these ones. 3 Pot of Extravagance, your main card to draw, your main draw engine. I was thinking running the Pot of this, the new one, the new pot card. I can't remember what its name is. Is it Disparity or was it something like that? I can't remember. I was thinking running that just to take out the Dogmatika engine, probably playing maybe 1 copy of the new pot card, but maybe 2. I don't know. It's a good card to get into your side cards more easily. But yeah, I'm just running this for the time being. I don't have the pot card, the new pot card. If I do, I run it. Also, I run Free Nadir Servant because it's a way to get into your Dogmatika engine. The traps, if I can get it. Running 3 Personal Swooping, your main way to get into your Altergeist cards, and also it's a super. Yeah, that's pretty much the main issue. It's a super rare. No, it's kind of max rarity Altergeist in a way. Running 2 Protocol and 1 Manifestation. For Dogmatika lineup, we're running 2 Dogmatika Punishment, and until this card becomes super, I won't be able to max rarity this whole deck. Well, near max rarity this whole deck in a way. Also running 3 Infinite Permanents for the trap lineup, for the last hand trap lineup. I'm also running 3 Judgments and 3 Solemn Strike for the last counter traps. Solemn Strike is very, very good. It's very good going first or going second card, or Judgment in case your opponent Twin Twisters you, or does something to your board that you want to not get removed. Let's say Red Reboot or anything like that. That would suck. But yeah. Oh yeah, the only time I lost in the previous week was due to a Red Reboot. That was my only loss. It was against Red Reboot. So one of my friends, when I was versing, he Red Rebooted me, and that's how I lost. So that was that's the only loss I had during that time, when I only lost 1 time during that week. Besides this week, which I went 4-1. Extra deck now. 3 Hextia, 2 Linkuriboh, 3 Explanatory. Also the new Artemis, which is very, very good. It's a very good card because most of your deck is Spellcaster. Well, all your Altergeist cards are Spellcasters, and the Dogmatika cards are also Spellcasters. So it's very easy to get into this card, and I like it because of that. I might think of bumping it up to like maybe 2 copies if I was to take out the Dogmatika package. That's my opinion on what I would do to edit this deck around. Nightmare package, Phoenix and Unicorn. 1 Ningirsu to get around Dragoon, and also anything that cannot be destroyed or targeted in a way. It's another way to get around removal cards, and it's pretty easy to make this card in this deck. And lastly, for the Link monsters, running 1 Access Code Talker. For the other side deck cards, extra deck cards, we run 2 Entis and 2 Titanclad, because Titanclad, in case you banish it, you have a backup copy. Same with Entis. But to be honest, even if it gets if they get banished from Extravagance, it's not the end of the world because you can still play the whole deck. You just have less targets to send with Nadir Servant as the only thing. And also the last card in my extra deck is the Wind Pegasus Agnista. Now for the side deck, this is player preference depending on how you treat your locals, how you verse people in local stuff. For me, we've got a lot of Drytrons, we've got a lot of Eldritch players, we've got Invoke players, we got some Rogue, we got what else we have? We have what do you call that? Not Dogmatika. The new Beast and stuff. We got some Melfi decks. We've also got Tri-Brigade, that's it, that's the one I was thinking of. We also got a few Tri-Brigade type of decks as well, but mostly like Eldritch and some other decks as well. Anyway, so side deck. Free Draw Lockbird, Drytron, needed, very needed most. I tried playing without it, you kind of need it going first or second against them. Also, any deck that searches quite a lot. Your deck doesn't search as much. You only search like maybe once, twice, depending if you Mellow Seek and Spoofing, but that's about it. You don't really need it too much. This card is actually MVP of how I won against Prank Kids and also against some other decks as well that use non-extra deck reliant stuff, or in this case, one type of extra deck reliant stuff. For the Inspector Border. Now, this card won me a game against. It was like a rank. The previous week, not this week. It won me against a rank. No, not rank 3. It was like a Burning Abyss. I don't know. It was piloted by a really good friend of mine, and I didn't know what I was expecting, so I kind of skipped game 1, and I went to game 2, started this in, and I drew turn 1, and I drew into a Spectre Border. So yeah, that helped me win that game, and then I literally won game 3 because of this card. It's very, very good. Very, very good side deck card for Altergeist. Running 2 Cosmic and 1 Harpy's Vetaduster, because that's what I need for the deck to get around back row and against Eldritch and anything in particular. Also running 3 Droplets. Now, this is a card you don't have to run because it's a very, very expensive card, but this is a tech I especially side for against specific decks, because my locals is it's interesting in a way. So I think Droplets is good for my version of it. Well, in this case, how I'm structuring my side deck and stuff, but you don't have to run Droplets if you don't want to. But for me, I run Droplets because I want to run Droplets, and I don't know what to replace it for. I've tried playing other types of side deck cards, but I found Droplets to be surprising against other players, and also it works well when you have a Middleseek on the field and you just send Middleseek off with Droplets and negate a Dragoon, and then you search for your Altergeist Multifaker, you activate one of your traps, get rid of Dragoon, and then you proceed from there. It's pretty good, but only works if you have like Middleseek. But you can also use it with Silquetus as well, just to grab back a trap. Altergeist trapped in your grave, so it works either way, and you can easily bring stuff back with Marionetta and stuff later on. Last lineup for the side deck, I'm running Ice Dragon's Prison at 3. I've noticed that a lot of times that Summon Limit and also some other interesting side deck cards that I've seen online, they work up to the point. I did try Summon Limit, it did work well, and then I'm like, yeah, I think I can make a better field without Summon Limit. I mean, Summon Limit does do well, but I have a lot of good cards that can work pretty good against dinos and other type of decks. But yeah, Ice Dragon Prison definitely probably a staple. It does conflict with Multifaker. That's the only thing it's bad against, but it does come up sometimes. So Ice Dragon Prison, definitely a very good card. If you don't like this card, just replace with any other card that you think is good, like Summon Limit or anything that's side deck Kaijus or anything like that. Personally, this is another way to out Eldritch and also another card to out Dragoon. So pretty much I have like 6 ways, or in this case, if you count the Dogmatika package and some Dogmatic package as well, I have like 9 ways to out Dragoon. So I have monster outs, I have trap outs, and I also have spell outs as well. So because this deck can suffer a lot against Dragoon, and also this deck can how I structured my side deck and also my main deck is to out against decks that you struggle against, and you kind of want to do well against them, but you try to side properly against them. I don't know, it's a bit hard to explain, but yeah, that's how I pretty much structured how I built my side deck and stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this deck profile. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and please rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Also, my Discord link is in the bottom of the description below. Is in the description below the video. So yeah, please check it out if you want to contact me for anything Duel Links related or anything TCG related. I'm more than happy to discuss that with you. Anyway, thank you and goodbye.